Around 46% of DC's population is black. Trump just took over Washington, D.C., and if you don't think it's going to hit the black residents the hardest, then you're not paying attention. But now local leaders, many of them black, have zero say over policing. Now Trump's little pit bull, Pam Bondi, controls the force. He's ordering the homeless out immediately. We already know that forced removal of unhoused residents hits black residents disproportionately, as systematic housing discrimination has left black D.C. residents. D.C. already has no voting representation in Congress. Now, even its local self-governance is being overwritten. This is a power strip from a majority black city, and it's all happening right now.
If you think Trump's plan to take over D.C.'s police department is about catching crime, it's not. This is about stoking white fear, making black people seem dangerous. The Trump administration wasted no time, less than half a day before, posting photos of black men they've arrested on the official White House social media pages. It's a calculated move to stigmatize black people, especially black men, as criminal thugs to be feared. There is not even a single white man that they have arrested and posted on the social media page, y'all. Here's the truth. Violent crime in D.C. is at a 20-year low. It's dropped since 2023 and 2024. White folks will think this is solely about distracting from the Epstein files, but the harm this stigmatization will have on our communities will be widely felt for black people. They've been running this playbook on Latinos since Trump took office. Now they're turning it on black communities. An anti-black, anti-brown campaign dressed up as fighting crime. This is even worse than when the Clintons labeled black youth in our communities as super predators, because MAGA is creating the image of what a super predator looks like. Black people with children in DC, watch them. Especially watch your boys, because racial profiling and police violence is about to skyrocket there. Y'all be safe.
Hello amazing people, hope you're doing well. Welcome to this beautiful channel. My name is Milka. So today shall be talking about how the removal of homeless people from Washington DC is targeting the black people. When you think of Washington DC, do you probably imagine about the monuments, politics and history? But right now something else is happening in the nation's capital. And it's targeting some of the most vulnerable, especially the black people. This is not just about homeless, it's about power, politics, and a history of pushing us out. A lot of people were really disappointed by this act from the above, or from Donald Trump, to remove or to the homeless people to relocate immediately from the Washington DC. A lot of people are really sad about this. Let's see how a lot of people are talking about it, how a lot of people are thinking of it deeper, because this is not really about making the city safer and to reduce crime cases, because violent crime in DC is at a 30-year low. So why the urgency now? Let's watch how a lot of people are taking it, then I'll come back with my...
Oh, but sit down, there's more. I'm on a roll tonight. Let's talk about the Trump administration placing the images of black men on the White House social media pages. So the Trump administration has just crossed another line, posting the mugshots of arrested black men on the official White House social media pages. Not one white man, not one non-black face. Did you know about that? Let's be clear. This isn't about transparency or public safety. This is about controlling the narrative. And I've been talking about that this week on social media, how they are allowing the media to be controlled about what you see, controlled about what you hear about, controlled about what you learn. We're literally having to say things like, what was that word that I've been hearing, or that phrase? Music festival? What about that one? Or what about the purses? You couldn't even say the other word again because you just may get suppressed. So let's be clear. It's about stoking fear and feeding into the age-old racist stereotype that black people are inherently criminal or dangerous. Because remember, this is the same guy that took out a 4-page ad on 4 innocent young black men. Yeah, that same guy. So This isn't a new tactic, folks. We already know that. This is not new. We're used to this. We already know how this is going to go. And here's the thing. We're going to have to watch very carefully how the media plays this out, because guess what? If you think he's not controlling the media, think again. I guarantee you this entire conversation that we're having right now won't even get 3,000 views. It won't even get 300. Because my information and other people who provide news and journalistic commentary and content is being suppressed. All right. Let's get back into it, shall we? Hang on just a second. So here's what they're doing. This is not about the concept that this is new, because we all know that it is not. This is about continuing to work on the continuous stereotype of the black male in this country, right? It's used to justify over-policing. It's also used to talk about mass incarceration, because we already know what that's all about, right? You remember the 13th Amendment, and you do know what that's about, right? Oh, okay. Just wanted to make sure. And that violent targeting of our communities for decades, that ain't new either. There's more. So by pushing these images out to the public on the White House page, that must make it real, right? That's got to make it real. Here's what's happening. They're shaping the perception and telling the nation who to fear. They want old white ladies to continue to clutch their purses in public and lock their doors, justifying future crackdowns. That's what they're doing too. I want you to understand that this is actually planting the seed that an increase in police and military presence in black neighborhoods is necessary. And they're distracting you guys from the systemic failure that we're all witnessing right now. You ever thought about that? You ever thought about what that means? So they're masking policy failures with the mess that we are seeing right now. Washington, D.C.'s crime rate is the lowest it's been in almost 30 years. It's down another 26%. The data and the numbers don't lie. But here's the issue. History is absolutely repeating itself. So this mirrors the exact same propaganda campaigns used to target Latinx and immigrant communities. And we're seeing that in real time, where they're just going around and they're just picking up folks. Doesn't matter who it is, we just go pick them up. That's what we're going to do. Yeah. Yeah. Now the focus is on black communities. And y'all, we have said that on social media. We have continued to say that on social media. From the beginning, we knew that our communities were next. Now, here's the end game. It's going to be expanded racial profiling. We already see that. Okay? Higher rates of police violence, without a word being said, and further erosion of our civil rights. You ever thought about that too? Because it's coming. Here's the reason why you should be alarmed and you should be hot as fish grease. Here's what starts with selective mugshot posts that don't end there. Here's the issue. You're going to continue to see it. How dare you place their faces on there? But then this is the same administration that has somebody working their social media, and they're thinking that it's funny to go ahead and put images and video of people who are literally flipping out over what's happening with this current administration. So they're going to normalize racial bias, but we're not new to that, right? Desensitize the public. That's already been done, right? To disproportionate arrests and police violence. But see, that's already been done. That's already been done. Paving the way for harsher laws targeting specific communities under the guise of quote unquote safety. Because, you know, we've seen it before. Now, what we can't do is ignore what's happening, okay? We do understand that the shift was always there. They're just bringing it to the forefront for everybody to see more and more and more. But again, y'all, this is not new information to this community, my black community, my black brothers and sisters. We already know what's up. Here's our call to action. Transparency. Full racial breakdowns of arrests, not selective publicity. Accountability. Demand answers from elected officials who remain silent. And we're seeing a whole hell of a lot of that, aren't we? And here's something else. Community defense. Support local advocacy groups documenting racial profiling and fighting back in courts and councils. Listen, racial profiling and police violence are about to spike, not just in D.C. They're just making it, quote unquote, okay to do it. You should be made aware now if you have not already been. And here's the thing. If you have young black men in your home, if you have black men that you love, that you honor, that you respect, just know that we need to have those conversations with our young black men again. Mothers, daughters, sisters, grandmothers, aunties, just know. And it's not just about the black man, it's about the black folks, period. This is just a wake-up call. I will say this. Black folks, this is what you voted for. For those that were excited about this. You see how the press and you just get up in front of everybody and you just tell people what you want them to know and what to believe. And we believe it. How you feel about that? Because the next wave of policies are not done coming down. And you should be absolutely furious. But the question is, what you gonna do?
Welcome back to the channel, guys. As you can see, majority of the DC homeless people are black people, and this is not by accident. Decades of housing discrimination and defunded services, gentrification have pushed black residents to the margin. When these sweeps happen, they lose access to health services, medications, and community support, all in the name of clearing up the streets. It's really crazy because they're supposed to look at what is really leading to these people being homeless, not taking actions against them. Even the tools used to decide who gets housing have racial bias. Studies show they favor white applicants, leaving black people stuck in streets or on the streets for longer. This is not just about poverty, it's about image. The sweeps focus on high visibility areas like tourist zones and governmental roads, places Trump himself might pass. By moving black homeless people from the spaces, the cities looks cleaner for cameras and visitors, but just sweeping the problem out of sight because there is no solution that will be kept in consideration. And let's be real, this plays right into old racist politics narratives, painting black poverty as a threat rather than a symptom of systemic failure. This is not just a new form. The early dwelling authorities forced removals in 1930s to modern day gentrification. DC has a long history of displacing black residents. The so-called plan, a belief among locals that black people are being deliberately pushed all out might not be official policy, but looking at the patterns, it's hard to ignore. Homelessness is not a crime, it's a result of system designed to fail certain communities in the United States of America. The sweeps doesn't fix the problem, it's hide it from the audience. And unless we speak up, more people will be pushed out, locked up, and left behind. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think about this relocation of the homeless people from the capital, Washington, D.C. in the United States of America? Is it really targeting the black people, or Donald Trump has really genuine intentions of making the city safer and more beautiful, as he says, despite the crime uh, percentage getting down? Let me know in the comment section what you think on this. Thank you so much for watching up to this point. Consider giving this video a thumbs up and kindly subscribe for more information. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.